we will see the flow of managing a problem ticket. I remind you that we talk about problem when you make the definitive correction of a recursive incident ticket or of a closed incident using a workaround. As ITL teaches us, the incident ticket must be closed as soon as possible to allow the user to immediately resume the activities on which he is working. When the definitive correction is not the fastest to apply, we try to use the fastest solution even if unorthodox, leaving the analysis and definitive solution of the error to the problem management process. In this video, we will see the closure of an incident through the application of a workaround. The opening of a new problem ticket against the ticket. Its operational management also simulates the involvement of another entity of the service provider using the opening of a task to finally reach the definitive correction and closure of the problem. Enjoy! The problem ticket is always created starting from a permanently closed incident ticket. So the first activity that the analyst must do is to enter the system and close the incident ticket for which it is necessary to open a problem. The closure is always carried out through the changing status technique. This must be brought up to the status of confirmed so that the new problem ticket can be linked to it. The type of closure must be set, entering whether it is related to a closure through a workaround or to a definitive closure against which no type of recycling is expected. It is also good practice to write in the solution of the ticket that the closure and confirmation of it is due to the opening of a new problem ticket. In this way, the requester is informed that the definitive correction of what he has reported is being studied. In the final closure phase, you must define whether the ticket is permanently closed or if you expect the next opening of a problem ticket. This information can be modified even when the ticket is permanently closed, as long as there is not already an active problem present in the system. You can now proceed to create the new ticket. This is always generated by the analyst who was in charge of the original ticket by selecting, from the first page of the application, the New Ticket button. On the new page, the analyst must choose the type of support, in our case, problem, to confirm is necessary to open a new ticket and selecting the Open a Ticket button. On the ticket detail page, the type of support is automatically set with the choice previously made, so only the ticket number must be chosen against which it is necessary to open a problem. By selecting the appropriate button, the list of all definitively closed tickets with the type through workaround is displayed. Once the desired ticket has been chosen, the problem will be automatically filled in with the essential data, the type of service, the subject and body of the original email and the competence center that had handled the first report. When saving, the type of closure of the original ticket is also changed, which goes from ticket closed via workaround to ticket closed permanently via problem. The newly registered problem ticket is immediately available in the list of tickets for which you are responsible. By going into the details of the ticket, you can see all the data that was entered during the creation phase and, from this, also navigate within the original ticket, in order to see any attachments and documents that had been entered within it. The life cycle of this ticket is similar to that of the incident. It must therefore first be accepted by the analyst who will manage it and then put into work. These phases are carried out with the now well-known change status technique. Once the ticket is being processed, as in the incident management process, it is possible to open tasks that require the intervention of other teams of the service provider. By selecting the New Task button, the analyst can ask for the support of other analysts from other centers of competence, insert in the body of the ticket any additional information necessary for the selected colleague, so that he can make the requested changes or corrections. At this point, the analyst can continue his correction activities while waiting for the colleague to proceed with his activities as well. Until all the tasks entered are completely closed, it will no longer be possible to change the status of the ticket, which can exit the WIP status only when all the tasks are solved. Entering the system with the user of the analyst in charge of the task, we can see, by accessing the dashboard where there is the list of tickets, that a pop-up appears, informing him that there are tasks open in his name, and that these must be solved with the highest priority as they are part of tickets probably subject to SLA. Once the required changes have been made, the analyst enters the list of tasks, selects the one he has worked on and closes it, selecting the Change Status button. In response to this operation, as in all the previous ones, an email is sent to the original ticket manager in order to inform him of the closure of the activities. The analyst responsible of the ticket, entering the dashboard where the tickets are listed, will also receive a pop-up informing him of the closure of the task. His task is to check that all the required operations have been carried out correctly, and, if so, proceed to confirm the definitive closure of the task. In this way, the ticket can be managed again, and it is possible to move on to the assignment of the subsequent statuses, until the final closure of the problem.